Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to Tony and the Tiki Bar. I'm Tony, and we are in the Tiki Bar again, continuing on with our special edition of making the exotic cocktails of Smuggler's Cove. And you can buy this book on Amazon.com, which is where I got mine. And hopefully, if you like what I'm doing here, you'll read this book and be inspired to make some of these exotic cocktails in your own home bar, like I'm doing. And so we're going to go ahead and move to a drink now called the Pupule, which I love to say because it sounds, funny. But they've since changed the name to the Nui Nui. But we're going to go ahead and make this in a footed Pilsner glass and start out by, first of all, welcome. Come on in, sit down, have a seat, make yourself at home. And I'm going to make this drink for you. And while we're talking, I'm going to first peel a spiral peel off of an orange. And again, we're working with fresh citrus fruit like we always do because that makes such a nice sparkle and flavor and odor in your cocktail, and it lets you, my guest, know that I care about the drinks that I'm serving you and the ingredients that I'm putting inside of them. So we cut a nice spiral peel off of this orange, and we're going to drop it right into our footed Pilsner with one end hanging over the edge of the glass. And we're going to come back to that. We're going to mix it in our mixing cup again because that's going to go onto our drink mixer. So we're going to go ahead and start out with 3/4 of an ounce of fresh squeezed orange juice. And again, we always measure because we want to have a consistent cocktail every time. So 3/4 of an ounce fresh squeezed orange juice. And again, you don't want to squeeze these so hard that you're squeezing the bitterness out of the peel. Just squeeze them till the juice comes out and move on to the next piece if you need to. And that goes into our drink mixer cup, and we're going to follow that with 3/4 of an ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. It's snowing outside, so you should feel nice and warm and cozy and inside the Tiki Bar here. You're going to love this cocktail. Our fresh lime juice. And these are some of the syrups that I've made following the recipes in the book, Smuggler's Cove. And we're going to use just a 1/4 of an ounce of each of them. So that translates into 1.5 teaspoons. And that's what I'm going to use to measure these out. So we're starting off with Smuggler's Cove cinnamon syrup. Very easy to make. The recipe is in the book. It's cinnamon and simple syrup. And then we're going to go ahead to the Smuggler's Cove vanilla syrup. Again, the recipe is in the book. It's a little bit more difficult because you have to peel the fresh vanilla beans. I'm going to give it a little shake because the vanilla seeds are floating to the top there. And again, 1.5 teaspoons of that. And then the last one that we're going to use is the book calls for St. Elizabeth's Allspice Dram, which I do not have. I homemade mine. I call it St. Anthony's Pimento Dram. Allspice berries come from the pimento tree, and I made this off of a recipe I got on the internet. It's brown sugar, allspice berries, and some other ingredients. And it smells very good, very spicy. It kind of smells like Christmas, and it just makes a really special flavor and aroma for this drink. Now, in keeping with the rums in the book, again, we don't tell you what type of rum you have to use, but merely what, rather not the brand, but the type. So this is going to be 2 ounces of column still aged rum, and Bacardi Reserva Limitada is one. Ocho Años is another one. There are several, but I have these numbered like they suggest in the book. This is a number 4. That indicates that it is column still aged rum. So 2 ounces of that into our shaker cup. And the last ingredient is going to be a dash of Angostura bitters. Then we're going to make some crushed ice with a mallet and canvas bag. Now, assuming that loud noises don't disturb you, this can be very entertaining. I'm going to crush the ice. This canvas bag will absorb liquids so that your ice doesn't get sloppy. It keeps it drier. And we're going to add our 12 ounces of crushed ice to a shaker cup. And we're going to flash blend it in the mixer for about 10 seconds. Wow, what do you know? This thing happens on live TV. Apparently the mixer came out. Let me just put that right back in. I unplugged it for safety. And we're going to plug it back in. This is the kind of thing that happens when you're sitting on the bar stool. Let's pick up where we left off. And that looks nice. We're going to pour all the ice, crushed ice, and the drink into our footed Pilsner. I know some bartenders will call that a dirty pour, but that is done with an intent. You don't want to lose half of your cocktail, half of your beverage when it's stuck to the ice cubes if you pour it out and you strain the ice. So that looks great, but since that's such a big glass, we're going to put a little bit more ice in there, and it's going to make it look really good. I got to smash a little bit more. And we'll top that off. That just looks beautiful. And we're going to use an extra tall swizzle stick and a nice sprig of mint for a garnish. And I'm just going to rub those mint leaves between my fingertips a little bit to release the oil and so that it's not too bitter. And we'll put that right in here. And there you have it. The Pupule, or the Nui Nui, from Smuggler's Cove. From me to you. Thanks for joining me on Tony's Tiki Bar. Cheers.